Nevadans, and the next phase of the rollout will begin soon. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Trisha Keene. Todd Quinones has the night off. Just hours ago, Governor Steve Sisolak sending out this tweet right here. Thousands of doses of the Moderna vaccine arriving in Nevada. And 13 Investigates reporter Joe Bartels is live now to explain how the rest of the vaccine rollout will look like. Joe.
Yeah, Trisha, we've heard a lot about the Tier 1 population, considered the most critical to get the vaccine first, but soon Tier 2 will get their shot.
Here's the very first shipment of the newly authorized Moderna vaccine. It arrived in northern Nevada Monday morning. Governor Steve Sisolak praising the arrival on Twitter. Now, 2 safe and effective vaccines are flowing into the Silver State.
Because I'm a healthcare provider and I do see patients in clinic, I was vaccinated last week. Last Tuesday.
Dr. Mark J. Kahn with the UNLV School of Medicine says there is no major difference between the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine. He says frontline healthcare workers as well as staff and residents of nursing homes are still the top priority. This chart provided by Nevada health authorities shows we are currently in the red circle when vaccine supplies are still not enough to cover all of the Tier 1 population. Phase 1A and Phase 1B includes remaining essential workers and adults over 65 years old. People in the second tier would be up next.
I think people, when it's their turn to get a vaccine, should get vaccinated with either vaccine, depending on availability.
Tier 2 is expected to start in January. That includes teachers and child care providers, essential retail workers, utility workers, and prison inmates, among many categories. Just over 250,000 people in Nevada.
Eventually, it's going to be rolled out to everybody. Again, my advice is when it's your turn to get the vaccine, don't hesitate to get vaccinated.
Over the weekend, the CDC advised people with a history of severe allergic reactions which required hospitalization when given previous vaccines should avoid getting the COVID-19 vaccines for now. Tier 3 is set to start in early part of 2021. Those individuals include people with underlying health conditions which may put them at an increased risk of severe illness from COVID-19, and the remaining population over 66 years old. The state has identified 2.1 million people in Tier 3. Then, Tier 4, healthy adults under 64 years old. That group can expect to have access to the vaccines beginning around March.
And Tricia, Dr. Kahn says the Moderna vaccine does not have to be kept as cold, and that's a major advantage for rural parts of the state that don't have close access to those medical grade deep freezers. Reporting live, Joe Bartels, 13 Action News.